Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guests for this segment is Paul and Ryan and Ragin Records, right?
That's it.
We're talking vinyl, man.
We're talking vinyl.
You know, I'm old enough to remember vinyl.
Me too.
But you were telling me before we went on camera, Paul, that vinyl never really went. I thought like it kind of left the marketplace. But there's always been new vinyl being released.
I think with independent artists, it never left.
Yeah.
I think with your major label artists, they probably stopped.
Yeah.
Most of them, but indie stuff, it was always it never left.
Okay.
So I've never stopped buying vinyl.
Okay.
You know.
Talk about vinyl. Talk about Raging Records, right? I got that right again.
You got that right again.
Now you were here in the tower, and then you kind of disappeared for a while.
Yep.
And then you came back.
So in the 80s and 90s, I had a record store directly across from Piemonte's called Ragin Records, and then another one at the same time. So we had a vinyl store and a CD store, right where the cigar shop is.
All right.
So, and then in '95, I decided I've had enough. Probably go get a real job.
Uh-oh.
And I did. I got a corporate job. I don't know how I got that, but I got it. You know, green hair on Friday and a corporate job on Monday, kind of thing. And I did that for 23 years, and I started a record store in that time for fun. But recently, 6 months ago, I kind of semi-retired and started Ragin Records all over again.
So, all right, I didn't realize Raging Records is kind of that new again within 6 months.
Yeah, it's been only a couple of months that we've been open, actually. Yeah,
right before Thanksgiving.
I was going to say, now Ryan, you are a store within a store, so to speak,
right? I work at the record store as well as I just recently opened up a business about 2 weeks ago called Sour Milk. It's inside.
You see this
located.
blank?
I can totally understand.
Yeah, all right. Explain.
Yeah, it's a little independent gift shop. We're storing a lot of different things from a lot of different independent artists from out in Los Angeles and the Bay Area, even some local artists, Ryan, some of their stuff as well.
Is this gift? Is it kind of entertainment field focused? Like, you know,
it's kind of like almost apparel-ish. There's like pins, there's patches, there's stickers. We have books. Yeah. We have a lot of toys, figurines, stuff like that.
But it wouldn't be it wouldn't be music.
Yeah, it's not really music. Okay. Yeah,
but maybe independent artists.
All right.
And let's be clear, it's to make it. It's a store within Ragin Records.
Right.
You know, it's got its own doors and all that. It's a pretty cool setup.
So it's like a street front within a storefront.
Yeah, and it's something Fresno's never seen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, all right, we know his excuse. He'd been there, did that, decided to come back and do it again. What got you into it, and what got you into, you know, creating a store within a store, so to speak?
I've known Paul a while. I worked at the record store that he used to own Dynamite Vinyl about 3 years ago, which was down here off of Van Ness next to Spokeasy. And me and my girlfriend, Priscilla Perez, we've been meaning to do this for a long time. We're always going to Los Angeles, looking at all the shops, buying all the stuff, keeping track of all the artists that are on the internet that are really popular off of Instagram, stuff like that. Like, you know, it'd be really cool to have like a little brick and mortar spot in Fresno where you can sell this stuff and you don't have to buy it online. You don't have to go to LA.
Okay.
You know,
Paul,
San Francisco, stuff
you've
like
known
that.
Ryan, he's worked for you and stuff. He comes to you with this idea. What was the hook? What got you to do the buy-in on it?
Well, I like Ryan and I like Priscilla.
Yeah.
You know, they're much younger than me, and they, you know, I mean, they have a great idea. I like them. Why not help them?
Okay.
You know, they help me. I'd like to help them. Okay. Pretty simple.
All right. Now you keep basically the same store hours.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as Ragin's open, we're open.
Okay. It'd be a little hard to be open after they.
Yeah, and then we're opening a little bit later on Art Hop nights. We'll have like little showcases for local independent artists.
Oh, okay.
Have some of their stuff hanging up in the store and stuff like that.
Okay, so Paul, the fact that vinyl never went away is kind of noodling in the back of my brain. 'Cause somewhere in boxes stored somewhere, in something stored somewhere, I still have, and I have a player that, you know, when I can get my movers and my kids and grandkids and everybody together, so I can get back to it. I pull them out once a decade or so and listen to them. You know, music still is fresh today. Records are a little, you know, worse for wear, but the market for vinyl is kind of growing now, isn't it?
Yeah. So now you're seeing pretty much all artists are pressing vinyl.
Really?
So all major label artists, all indie artists. So vinyl is growing, but when you say vinyl is growing, it's still nothing compared to what it was, right?
I get that.
So a big selling record might be 100,000 copies when it used to be 20 million copies, right? So now on the used front, you're seeing people that could come in and, they think their Elvis record, they're hearing what we're saying right now,
right?
And their Elvis record is probably worth, $100,000, right?
No, with 20 million plus copies, there's probably, a dime a dozen, so to speak.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, and the condition matters. And,
I bet.
And what people are buying.
The folder,
matters.
the
cover.
The cover?
Yep. That's half the value.
Yeah.
So, I would say the used side of it, the prices haven't really gone up as high as you'd think for the demand.
So I wouldn't want my 401k investing in used vinyl then, right?
I've tried that.
Yeah.
I did it with about half of it.
Yeah.
It didn't really work out that great.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's great to have that stuff, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got friends that have collections that are worth well over $1 million, but that's very specific genres and very specific records.
Yeah. The thing, now, I'm old enough to remember when CDs made their move, cassettes. Cassettes were popular because you could put them in your car. It was a little hard to play, although they did have vinyl players that you could put in your car back in the day, a long time ago. But, cassette players that, took care of that. But when CDs came out, everybody's going, oh, CDs, this is great, and it eventually did. It replaced vinyl. But I've had friends that were, high-end audiophiles. And to a man and woman, they always said, CDs are okay, but if you want quality sound, you got to go to vinyl. High-end vinyl back in the day was, single pressing or whatever, well, I don't remember all
really
of it.
Thick vinyl, 200 gram versus a floppy record. I think there's something to be said for that. I mean, you put a CD on next to a record. I mean, do people really hear the difference? I don't know. But, I mean, there's science that says you hear 24% of what was recorded on a record and, 12% on a CD and then 3% on a compressed MP3 file.
Right.
And Neil Young has supposedly invented something that you hear 100% of what was actually recorded, and that didn't take off. I think records sound better. I think the idea, the experience of taking it out of the cover, opening the gatefold jacket, it's colored vinyl, it looks great. You have that collection that you see. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to collect
I think that's
records.
why it's coming back, honestly. People miss that physical aspect of music, especially MP3s, Spotify, which is great when you want to hear something right off the bat, but you don't have that personal connection to it.
When you want to sit down and really enjoy the experience type of thing.
Yeah, it's a tactile thing.
Yeah, it's much more experiential for sure than taking your phone and going like this or your computer going like this.
And there's room for that too.
Yeah.
When you're laying in bed and you just want to listen to music for the next 2 hours, it's great. You don't have to get up and flip a record, right? Yeah. But a lot of times you want to get up and flip a record and just be a part of the experience.
And because it's an experience, I'm going to ask you, Paul, when someone comes into Raging Records, what is that experience like for them?
It depends on the person. They're very seasoned record people that come in. But I mean, it's really weird. Like Brian said, I did start a store sort of for fun about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot has changed in those 3 years.
Really?
In the record buyer. These days, it's anybody and everybody. People that know nothing about records are coming in, and there's a lot of education to have happen. And we're seeing a lot more of those people.
A lot of young people, really young people,
Really?
Right in high school.
Yeah. And back when I was young, the average record collector might have been 18-year-old male.
Right.
Right. Now what I'm seeing is the new young collector is kind of like about a 16-year-old female.
Really?
Which is it's kind of
okay.
Which I think is awesome.
Is there a particular genre of music that they're shopping for, or is it just
It's kind of all across the board.
Yeah.
I mean, Ragin stocks we stock everything. We stock all the new top 40 pop.
Yeah.
We'll have all the classic rock. We have hip hop. We have everything. So
Even-
they're kind of picking up
Yeah.
literally all the different things out of all the different genres. They'll come.
Even punk rock, you were talking. And
Well,
I
you
bring
know-
that up because it's like the biggest, most popular.
I'm pretty much known in Fresno as probably being more of a punk rock guy, punk rock
Okay.
record stores, punk rock promoter, and stocking a lot of punk rock. But that's not what we're selling the most of anymore, even in my store, which has a lot of punk rock.
Yeah.
But it's like Ryan says, it's anything and everything. It's a mixed bag.
What's your favorite genre, Ryan?
My favorite genre, probably indie.
Indie?
Yeah, but I love punk rock as well.
Now, is indie really a genre, or is it just kind of a section of music? Because now, see the gray hair, old guy, right? When you say indie, I think independent, and when I think independent, I think that can be.
I mean,
across
it's a genre. It's just a different form of rock music, like anything else. Like how punk rock.
So
was
it
the
is.
80s. Indie
it
was
is
more of, like-
really kind of a style of music.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay.
I think it really did start out as independent.
Yeah.
You really did have to be on an independent label,
Mhm.
probably not have a big booking agent,
Right.
book your own tours. But I think it has changed
Yeah.
a lot and turned into a style of music.
Now, with all the different formats for music that's out there, and now there's kind of a resurgence back to records and
And
vinyl.
cassettes.
and really cassettes.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Be still
Big
my
time.
heart. I can
Yeah.
pull out some more boxes. I
Oh,
know
yeah,
this
no.
guy,
Cassettes will go now.
Actually, I went online. I found out I can buy cassette players, and I was really surprised.
Well, we sell them.
Yeah, we do.
You
We
do?
don't. Yeah, we don't sell turntables or anything.
Yeah.
Other people do that, but we sell cassette players. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What all do you have your gifts? Okay. What's your store called?
Sour Milk Shop.
Sour
Fresno.
Milk Shop and Raging Records.
Uh-huh.
Besides records, what else do you sell?
You know, a lot of record stores will sell the band T-shirts and the hats and the pins, and
Yeah.
and I decided this time I just want to sell music.
Okay.
Records. We do sell CDs, and that was only because there was a guy that had an amazing CD collection.
Mhm.
So I said, well, I can't pass that up.
Okay.
So I'm really just selling records and some CDs and cassettes.
Do you buy?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
love buying used collections.
Okay. Where are you located?
At 1118 North Fulton. So
Okay.
that's kind of confusing. People end up downtown.
Yeah, Fulton's
So
kind of a strange.
It
yeah.
is. It almost looks where we are. It almost looks like a parking lot. So it's just a block. It's half a block south of Olive,
Okay.
right next to Vini Vidi Vici, right across from Golden Restaurant.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah. There's
off
kind of like a
Olive.
parking lot there.
Yeah.
You kind of weaves around a little bit, and so you're like right
yeah,
in there.
and you
Just-
can't tell if it's a street or a parking lot.
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're just off Olive there.
yeah,
On
just
Fulton.
off Olive.
Okay. Cool. And you got like web pages and Facebooks and all that stuff.
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. Which is just Raging Records.
Ragin Records Fresno on
Okay.
Instagram and Facebook too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan,
Raging
what
Records
about
Fresno.
your store? Do you have an online presence?
Yeah,
where-
we're on Facebook and Instagram. It's the Sour Milk Shop on Facebook,
Mhm.
and then Sour Milk Shop Fresno on Instagram.
And on your Facebook and Instagram, you have images of things that
Mhm.
are for sale there. And
Yeah,
stuff?
we have images
So,
of everything. We got it.
so people can go. Cool. Well, gentlemen, this
You
sounds
really
like
got to see his shop. I
Yeah.
mean, there's been nothing like it in town.
Yeah, we're
Ever.
really excited about it.
Are you? Why?
It's like nothing we've never had here before. It's almost like a shop that you'd have to go
Oh,
to Los Angeles
okay.
for the Bay Area. Like
Now, kind of walk me through this again. Pay attention to the lack of gray matter between the gray hair, right?
I don't have
Why-
that much gray, do I?
No, you're okay for a couple of weeks anyway. Why is your store such an experience?
Can I say it was hard for me to understand?
It really
too.
was.
Okay.
I didn't get it. Let me try to. So now that I saw it, so let's say an artist has a great idea for a patch that should
Okay.
be funny or arty, or
Mhm.
that artist might make a patch and make 100 of them. That's it.
Yeah.
Run of 100 and they're gone forever. So there might be something like that in there. That's just so cool, so funny,
Limited edition?
limited,
Oh, okay.
and gone. And that's an artist in L.A. And if you're only going to get it in L.A.
hmm
But now you can find that stuff in Fresno.
Yeah.
Now, don't take offense, but back in my day, it's kind of like what we used to call head shop. No, but where you could go and get really unique stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could be very unique while you were going there, however that
Yeah,
may be.
sure.
But okay, so it's worth a visit through Raging Records to get to your place.
Yes, it's just located right inside Ragin.
Right inside. It's got a door, opens up, and all that other good stuff. So it's a full shopping experience.
Yes.
I'm liking that. That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, gentlemen. Anything else you want to share before we take off?
No, thanks for having us on.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for being with us. Okay, you got old vinyl. Do you take trade-ins?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
You know, I mean, we're not talking used cars here, but used vinyl can be, as long as it's not like Elvis where we got 50 million copies out there.
We'll
but,
look
you know,
at anything.
Yeah.
there
We'll
you
look
go.
at anything. Cassettes,
Quality.
LPs let us, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll judge the condition. Just bring it in.
All right, there you go. You got it. You heard it here. Maybe not first, but you heard it here. And I'll see you when we come back.